Why do people battle over overhead bin space? Sandwich talk. The wheat and rye. Paninis. Monster sandwiches. Do you use neck pillows? And what's your favorite neck pillow? All of this next on Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G.
Prepare for takeoff.
Hey everyone, welcome. This is Cabin Pressure.
Good morning, Cabin Pressure. It's Shawnee here. I was thinking about that Good Morning Vietnam. You were talking about that a few weeks ago.
Love that.
I was like, yeah,
Love that.
I can do that.
I always wait for your weekly intro.
The weekly intro.
I never know what you're gonna do.
You know what? It's just what am I feeling? What are you feeling today? Is what how are you feeling? How's everybody feeling out there? Like get in the groove, like get some positive energy. If you're in a shitty mood right now, pause, just pause, readjust your attitude, because attitude is everything, and get it right.
We definitely need to work on that one with you. Your attitude.
No. My attitude is good.
You got good attitude.
He just doesn't like my straightforwardness, my blunt, not soft touch.
You come over and it's like, okay, yeah, hey, what's going on? Listen, we got to sit down and talk. We're going to go over this and go over this. Yeah, man, it's really good to see you too. Yeah, okay, you sit down here. We got to do this, this.
Yeah, you're way past the warm.
I got that at home.
I don't need it. I don't need warm and fuzzy you. Bitch, sit down. We need to talk.
Did I tell you I like Cheryl more?
Dude, man. So out flying, man, this last week, and I had this gal. She was just so. We're talking about personalities and stuff. She was the total sum of a Latin gal. Like she had that whole jazz going on.
So her energy level was like at 12.
Yeah, man. It was like it was at 12. She was sassy, very, very saucy. And she just had this very positive energy. And walking with her down a terminal, even walk with her, she was so friendly to everybody. I'm talking the cat in the freaking headset store and the freaking gift store there. She's talking to everybody hey, and she's not talking about hey, how are you today? Generalizing. She's like, Paul, what you up to? Hey, Sharon, how you been?
Meanwhile, me and you've been there 30 some years. We're like,
I don't know who they're talking to. I recognize some of the people, but I definitely don't know their name. Yeah, but she had that energy, man. It was a good vibe. I like that whole when you're around another crew member that has that cool positive energy, right? It brings your whole everything up, right? Your attitude, your feeling about the day. It was cool, man. And she was just. And I was thinking to myself, I'm like, oh, this girl's got to have a dude. She's a fun package, right? And nice looking gal. I mean, she had it all going on, but she was like, I don't have a man. I can't keep a man. A man can't hold on to me. Now, I'm not doing the accent as good justice, but she's like, I know that I'm a lot, but you can do this. I can't find any men here that can handle me.
Bullshit. You wouldn't have. There's no way. There's no way. You think about that. That wouldn't be you at all.
What's that?
That kind of energy in the house?
Yeah.
No.
What do you mean? Oh, yeah. Me having a relationship with a person that big? No. And I think that's
Dude, you'd be so far down in your man cave that you wouldn't come up.
She's from Argentina. and she knows who she is.
I don't understand why Shawnee's downstairs and I never see him. That would be, you'd be like, hey, no way in hell.
No. Well, first
but it's
of all,
cool though. Don't get me wrong.
Like Midwestern men they're not used to that. Like you need to go to the market. Like I have a friend, I have a buddy's, that he's out of his market for looking for women. It's the same thing. Like there's certain types of people that you're going to be compatible with. And if you're not geographically located in those things, it's going to be very hard for you to find somebody compatible. Right? I mean, do you agree with that?
I was just sitting there thinking, if I would have came over your house and you were married to someone like that, what was her name?
The immaterial. Yeah.
So if you were married to Consuela and she started talking, I would come down and Shawn, what did she just say?
Yeah.
I have no idea. You've been around, because when you've been around someone like that, you understand what they're saying.
Right.
Okay, but if I'm coming into the game right there, I have no freaking clue what they just said.
This girl has a extremely, really heavy accent, and I would love to have her on our show just because she's so fun and vivacious about her her life and all that stuff. But it was it's very hard. Like my wife, she would literally blank stare her because she would not she can't understand any accent. As soon as you start speaking with any type of accent, I don't care what it is. I mean, and she's really bad, with interpreting that type of stuff. Like from Ohio to Indiana accent, she has trouble.
But she didn't understand why she didn't have a man. But you couldn't even imagine having that type of woman in your house. There's no way.
No.
Even with the energy level, I mean, it's great. Don't get me wrong.
Well, that's why you always see those the stereotype of Hispanic women, or that passion, that level, and that feistiness and all that stuff. That kind of that stigma is. She was all of that.
I don't understand why I haven't seen Shawn. He's downstairs and there ain't no way.
Yeah, don't you love me? No. I love me.
No.
She was sweet, dude. I loved working with her. She was awesome. But
what I love about those people though is they do know everybody. I mean, that's all they do is they talk and they know everyone.
Dude, here's the other thing about them too. They're all about family.
Yeah,
their family, their friends. That's life. That's their essence of life, which is where most people should be at. Essence, family and all that stuff, and the whole. I was asked her. I was like, "Do you feel alone up here? Do you miss She's from Argentina, so I'm like, how often do you go? And she's like, once a month. I'm like, that's a long flight, dude, to get to Argentina once a month. That's a lot of traveling. But
Zoom.
Yeah, exactly. Zoom is much easier and much friendlier, but it was crazy. The other thing that's been happening too is I've been getting all these reserves, and us being senior pops here and doing our thing and being in our group, we don't get a lot of reserves. We know a few reserves here in Cleveland that sometimes get on our trip, and sometimes we meet new flight attendants. But I had a whole crew, and both ways, I was on one of those pairings where it's they keep switching out the crew. So one leg I had them out, and then next leg I had a whole nother crew, different, coming back. And I wasn't the load. I was galley position.
Right.
So it was kind of an odd type of thing that happened. So, but I was asking them, I was like, trying to get in touch with the reserves and say, hey, what's the hardest part of being a reserve? I wanted to hear what they had to say. And there was two big things that they said, which made perfect sense because me reminiscing about this was their sleep cycle. Yeah. That we can't sleep is hard. Right. The first part of the being in this job is getting sleep. And I remember that back in the day, it was trying to figure out when I can get that sleep and how, because the company, they're going to push you to do whatever you got to do. They want you to do, but you just don't have any rhythm to your sleep. Circadian rhythm is not in sync in the early parts of our career. You need to be younger, to be more flexible, your body be able to be agile, to be able to handle that sleep, because sleep is so important. But they were like, yeah, we just can't get a rhythm of sleep. Sometimes I'm sleeping at night, sometimes I'm sleeping in the day.
Welcome to the world.
Right.
The airline world, man.
But I mean, for us, I was just putting it in comparison to us. Like, we know our rhythm, being a line holder, being senior and stuff. We make it. We make our schedules the way we want to make our schedules.
But there's nothing normal about this job.
No.
It doesn't matter whether you're a reserve line holder. Listen, there's nothing normal about this job ever.
Yeah.
I mean, we could sit there and talk about this all day long.
Yeah.
Okay. And say, oh, I'm sorry for this. Or I'm sorry. But there's nothing normal
I'm
about
not
the
saying
job.
sorry. I was just like trying to I was taking a step back and kind of like looking at trying to get their perspective on what was happening, because I was like, you know what? Being on reserve and all that whole thing is hard. Being a line holder is a little easier because we have control of when we're going to fly and stuff, but we have, those rhythms don't happen right away either. Right. I mean, we don't start getting rhythms and trying to getting our, doing our turns and all that stuff every day. Doesn't happen.
So what's the other one?
But the other one, there was, that they were complaining that the company just pushes them. The one gal said to me, she was like, I'm on day 12 today. And I'm like, what? Now to you and I, that's an instant question. That's not possible. There's no such thing as day 12 in the industry. There's FARs, and we are mandated by FARs, and it doesn't matter what airline you are. If you're a Part 121 airline, you've got to have it's 6 days on, 1 day off, and there has to be a 24-hour period. But they were like, yeah, the company's putting these 24-hour periods down line.
Yep.
And I'm like, that's a son of a bitch right there. I don't remember too much of that because I didn't have to do too much of that. But the company used to be, or you would think that these reserves and probably the public things too, you got a day off. The day off is at home. Well, no, for a reserve, it could be anywhere in the world. You can be 24 hours in freaking Jamaica, or 24 hours in freaking Minot, North Dakota.
24 hours down.
It's 24 hours off, and that's your day off.
Yep.
And you don't have control where you get your day off at, which is bullshit.
There's so many things about our job people don't understand. Okay?
Well, and that's our point in our show, right?
Right. I mean, and even when that's such a small amount, because even with those, with what you're saying, let's talk about 35 people in a room sharing a room for a crash pad because they ain't got no damn money. They don't have no money. Listen, don't ever think. I mean, it takes probably 5 to 6 years of being in this job to realize that you're going to start making money.
Right.
Those first few years, you're not making any damn money. You know that.
No, it's a struggle to get through it, because you're getting paid very little money. You're not working. You're working a lot of hours, but you're not getting paid for a lot of hours.
They're shitty hours a lot.
Yeah, and there's shitty time. I mean, to get your hours are spread out all over the place. So it's not like just go to work and get your 9 to 5 in type of thing. It's a go in and you get 2 hours here and an hour over here, and you go on these trips, and there's one. It's like the Honolulu Death Run, man. You're coming out of Honolulu during the daytime. You end up on the West Coast. You've got 2 hours sit time there, and then you do the red eye into Cleveland, and you don't get in till 6:30, 7 o'clock in the morning. On the way home, people don't understand, man. You're seeing pink elephants on the side of the interstate, waving you off of the tree line. Right. I mean, that's the whole that whole thing is the company pushing those reserves to their, as far as they can push them. When they're pushing these 15-hour duty days back to back. We don't have rules. We don't have rules like that where it's you can have in this job where every day's 15 hours, you got 12 hours of rest, 15 hours, 12 hours rest. It can go like that, So, but you have no warning if it can happen. So I get it. I don't know. I was just trying to relate what some of their challenges and stuff, because when we start talking about rules and the rules of the reserves and stuff, it was interesting to me because I'm only looking at my perspective, as line holder, and how does it affect me and these rules. Because many companies right now are in contract negotiations and stuff. We're talking about that type of stuff. So I just wanted to I was trying to wrap my head around how they felt, get their perspective. But it was interesting. outside of that nonsense, I've been working on our studio.
And he did a damn good job.
We ain't done yet.
I know, but he still did a good job.
So here's the thing, man. I posted a couple pictures, and we're starting to get into this groove where I took a little space in my basement here, and we're starting to we want to incorporate video. So we're trying to get in video, and so I'm trying to figure out all the technology and also like just the whole capabilities of the things, because I'm trying to make it so it's nice and smooth so we can, like the audio here, this is actually relatively simple to do. Like to do a podcast, and for those people that are out there want to do a podcast, listen to podcast, it's not a hard thing to do. You can buy a podcast machine and plug it in, and pretty much the technology isn't too hard to figure it out. But when you start throwing in the video aspect of it, and you start doing multiple cameras and all this stuff, you need certain types of equipment, and all the equipment has to be compatible. And I'm running like literally like I thought I had the right cables. I had the wrong cables. I had to buy adapters. Like there's all this like little teeny nuances to this thing. But as we go here, we're trying to get it all set up and get it so that we launch into video. Because I think video, you guys are going to start seeing our personalities and a little bit more, because you get the visual. You mean
like the visual of me staring at you half the time, or
right? Rolling
my eyes, or
it's normally not rolling your eyes. It's more of like you being in amazement of the amazing.
I've been amazed with you over 30 years. Amazed my ass is still here. That's an amazement.
That's yeah.
Somebody can stay around your ass for over 30 years.
Right. Anyways, man, but we're working on it. I'm hoping we're shooting for the end of the year, and I'm crossing my fingers we can do it even sooner. But I got to get my ass this technology wrapped around my head and stuff. And here's something for anybody that's listening out there. One of my thoughts is that we can have. I might start looking for like an intern. Like somebody, a young kid that's looking for some information, experience with working with podcasts and all this stuff, audio, visual, and working with cameras and all that stuff, and try to get them in here in the studio and working with us. Because at first I wanted to automate this, and I think automation is probably the coolest thing to do, but it requires very specific tech, and so. We're working on it. I'm working on it to get there, but I think I might look for an intern eventually. Just because having somebody on the outside running all this equipment is so much better. It makes
you just so want somebody else to talk to tech wise.
I don't necessarily need it. Yeah, it'd be somebody that understands.
See, I gave that to you. I gave it to you. I just gave it to you. I gave it to you. Just a little.
I took it. You know it. Anyways.
But you did do, seriously, you did a great job.
Yeah. Thanks, man. I mean, it is it's looking good. It's feeling good. We're trying to, I just wanted to make it a relaxed atmosphere. I wish the space was bigger though. That's my only thing. I wish we had a space that we could like put this in, and it's much bigger, and that way we can, because right now I'm setting this up for just, you and I that are going to be sitting here in this
love these retro chairs though.
Yeah, just like I've been like thrifting it. Like we've got stuff from like Facebook Marketplace, we've got things from bid sites, we've got just getting cheap shit. But it's amazing when you can get for a few dollars. Like I don't think we didn't have this type of shit when we were growing up. When we were young. I got
some really cool airline memorabilia stuff I'm gonna bring in too.
Yeah, but. To the subject of what we're talking, I like me getting like when I was first when you were crashing at my house back in the day, and like me buying stuff in my house, it was always like to get a good deal, I had to get in my ass in a car and I had to run around some neighborhoods looking for garage sales and get lucky, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, then the technology is awesome, man. Facebook like throws a marketplace. You can get garage sale stuff right on your computer. You don't have to go far. Like Offer Up, all these different sites.
Yeah, there's bid sites at MacBid, whatever.
Yeah, they got all these different types of bid sites across the nation that you could do to get stuff. I mean, as a young flight attendant coming up, and you're doing a crash pad, and you're looking for freaking beds and whatever you're looking for, you can do pretty good today without running around like we used to do in our cars and throwing stuff in the back of our trunks. It was crazy. But anyways, and then the last thing I got, man, to catch up on with you is, man, I got school starting up. I got one class left. This is it. This is my final.
Are you going to be done with school now?
Yeah, I think I got the school bug out of the blood right now.
You're going to be school. Well, you got enough with me.
Yeah.
You got to school me a lot.
Yeah. The whole education process of getting G up to speed on things is like, it can be exhausting.
Yeah, I'm just giving you these. I'm just feeding them to you. Don't think that I don't know. I'm feeding him.
Yeah. So this new degree that I'm doing, it's super heavy tech. It's called Media, Arts and Science. In fact, they changed the degree name. I don't even know what to change it to, but I just got an email about my degree title's changing. Mine's not changing, but for anybody in the future, they get a totally, whatever. It's weird. But basically what this is like a degree in like trying to do art with digital technology. So there's a bazillion. Take that to wherever you want to think about. But I got to do my last capstone. If you don't know what a capstone is, kind of like a thesis for art, that you do a big, gigantic project. And this requirement for this degree is that this capstone class has to be 1 year, 1 school year. So it's going to start here in August, and I'll finish it in May of next year, end of May, almost June. And out of that, some type of project's going to come out of it. I don't know what the hell I'm doing.
I'm thinking how many years you spent in school.
Dude, a lot of years, man. Well, I mean, it started this whole going back to college thing during COVID, right?
Yeah.
So COVID started it up, and I was digging it. It's cool. It's still cool. I enjoy it. If I'm learning something new and I'm interested in it, which I am interested in this degree, it's awesome, man. And I tell people out there all the time, man, don't think, a lot of people are scared of school. You scared of school?
I wasn't scared of school, but the funny part, what I was just thinking, it was about the technology, because me and you talk about this a lot. Shawn's a techie guy, and I never was that. I mean, I'm a hands-on person, so I like working with my hands, building things, working on cars, stuff like that.
But that's technology.
Yeah, but it's a little different.
Different technology.
It's a little different. But I mean, he laughs all the time because we go back and forth because I'm learning how to do like short clip videos, because we want to do short clip videos of places that we go. So
we're gonna get some reels out there.
Yeah, we want some reels. So I was working on different things, and but there's a lot to this. I mean, even taking notes for shows. I mean, learning how to do that. There's a lot to it. But both me and him are busy all the time. We don't have any extra time.
Yeah,
ever.
Our extra time is to like sitting on the jump seat working on our notes
all the time.
We're like, we're doing something with the show constantly. When we just have a break or something like that, we're like doing something to get to our next episode. Because I mean, the one cool thing about this show, and this is like a little segue to it, what we're talking about right here. I just watched this show, and I know you didn't watch it because you never watch shows, but there's a show out there about Tom Brady and his soccer team. Have you heard about that?
No.
Yeah. So, and I'm not surprised by that, but so I just found out myself that he bought this Birmingham soccer team and all this stuff. But I watched this whole entire show. The work ethic that he was talking about, like, it was so cool to see and learn how like they perceive the work ethic of what they're doing, being a professional, what you got to do, the sacrifices you got to do, the mental engagement that you have to commit to in order to be the best. Right. And I gotta say, man, one of the things on our show is that both G and I are like, we are trying to make this good. Like we want this to be as best as we possibly can. So we're always working at the show, trying to make it, refine it, tweak it, learn this stuff as we go and everything. And, someday, more people will listen to us, and we'll have a big show here. Well, but I think video, everybody's going to love G.
Not really. But I was going. Going back to what you were talking about real quick because I had a thought. When I first got into this with you and we first started, we had no idea what we were doing. No. We were just sitting around bullshitting and having fun. And we still do. I mean, that's the best part of it. People, the funny thing about when I hear about with me and you, they're like, who is that laughing all the time?
Right.
And you're like, it's G. And they never hear me laugh because most of the time in life, you're so caught up.
Right.
All right.
Right.
You're so caught up in things.
Well, G at work, like if you're working with G does not fuck around. Like this is all about let's get the job done. I got other things to do.
People are paying for something. So yeah. That's what I am. Yeah.
That's one thing, but also you're like that everywhere. Like every aspect of your life, you're kind of like that. You're like, hey, I got to do something. And then I got to do something again. And there's something else coming after that. I don't got time to be fucking around right now.
And I got 3 more things.
Yeah. Like he's going to record this podcast right now. And he'd be like, I got to get the fuck out of here. Bye. I got stuff I do. Right. Like he ain't hesitating. And if you guys thinking like after our show, like G's like sitting around, we're talking about the show and cracking a beer, that ain't fucking happening.
Nope.
G is like on to the next thing. He's got a car to repair. He's got a house to like redo or you got something.
But we're both, but see,
but
that's
both
why
of us are the same way.
We're the same thing. I mean, you do different things. We do different things, but we're very similar in that way. So, like I said, when we started the podcast, it was easy for me and you to talk. I told you we can talk about a carrot now for an hour.
Right.
I mean, we can talk about anything for an hour. It's easy now. I mean, it's not a hard thing.
Yeah. This is we've eased into this whole thing very naturally. Like we figure out what we want to talk about and we roll with it. But anyways, man, what's been going on with you, man? Let's do some catch up.
Mine's pretty simple, man. Going into the airport again. Now, my favorite thing is when I'm doing my walk-in. So I got to talk about this. It starts my day off. Skunk weed.
Skunk weed. Dude, you keep on talking about skunk weed is everywhere.
I know that, but I'm just telling you, that's how I started my morning off. I walked into the airport. First thing I did, big old smell of skunk weed.
I hate that, man.
I know, so do I. But I had to tell you, again, just smelled it as I was coming in. But there was something a little bit better than that.
What's that?
So I'm coming in, I get through security, I start walking to the gates, and I come across these 3 dudes, and they were standing there. Now, they looked like a cross between Duck Dynasty and ZZ Top.
That's funny.
Now, you guys remember ZZ Top, right?
Yeah.
All right. So these guys had these big beards. They're standing there, but that wasn't the special part. So they were standing there. They had, this is what I love about airports. They were standing there. They had camo shirts on, all of them. They looked like they called each other. They all wanted to look the same.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
They were in a group.
Friends forever.
Right.
But they had the camo shirts on, and then they had snake skin fitted silk shorts.
My first thought's like, where do you buy that? Like, where does that?
I had to sit for a moment. I was like, don't get your camera. Don't get your camera. Shawn ain't going to believe this, so I got to get it. I just got to try to get a picture of this.
Yeah.
But
you probably could ask them, but like, hey, can I take your guys' picture? They'd have been like, yeah.
Silk fitted shorts.
Dude.
Duck Dynasty.
With long beards. Long beards and big old,
when you start your day like that,
it was a fashion statement.
But when you start your day like skunk weed and ZZ Top with Duck Dynasty and silk snake skin fitted shorts,
yeah,
it's going to be a good day. It's going to be at least special.
When you're walking in and working, you're laughing. When you walking down the concourse, that's all.
As long as I do this job, the thing I love the most about this job is I love the people watch.
Yeah,
I do.
I
can't help it. You as you're cruising in, you're panning around. Do you ever do that? You just pan around. I mean, you're seeing groups of people, and you're seeing people sitting over there, and you'll see all of a sudden something just hits your eye. Right. Somebody's got some kind of crazy ass shit on, and you're like, "What the hell were you thinking?" Right? They got some shit like they got like 5 different colors on.
Dude, first of all, that's happening all the time. I mean, how many times we see all these gals walking around with these leggings on that shouldn't have them on?
I know.
Like,
dude coming down the concourse got like a snow cone head.
Yeah.
Right?
Or the haircuts that we see. or the just the hairstyles we see, and just like it's crazy, man.
I've seen so
many people watching stuff.
This one pilot, he had the craziest. What was it? Joe Dirt.
Yeah, Joe Dirt.
He had that mullet, man.
No.
Yeah, oh yeah, he had the craziest looking freaking mullet,
dude. I don't know why would anybody want a mullet.
It was a thing back then.
I understand.
It was an ugly thing, but damn,
it's still ugly. It's still ugly. Yeah, dude. I have a cat in my neighborhood, man. He's such a nice guy. But last year he grew a mullet, and I was like, and this dude is like 70 years old with a mullet. It was the god awfulest look I've ever seen.
Billy Ray Cyrus.
Please go to a barber.
Just shave that shit off. But that is one of the funnest things about our job is you walk through and I find myself panning around. And even as I'm walking by and I'm thinking, oh, that looks good. You know what I mean? I mean, they're a couple, they look really cute, you know what I mean? And you see the kids like, oh, they're really cute. And then you're like, what is that?
Why?
What is that?
Yep. Crazy. People watching
in the airports. But I had to talk about this because this recently occurred in our world. And it kind of bothered me. You ever get bothered by, people, they determine that they're worth by either the job title or the money that they make?
Yeah. I'm not.
We see this a lot. You know that because see, here's the thing about flight attendants, and people really don't understand. The majority of these people have their college educations, and as you can tell, Shawn has done nothing but educate himself. Now we are what they considered. Just flight attendants, just stews, just what's some of the other things they say that you're a glorified waitress or whatever it is.
So all these whatever the stereotypes that come with the job,
right? All these stupid comments that come with it, and then but you come across these people, these individuals that they have to make a statement, and they act like because the amount of money that they make or their title makes them a better person. Dude,
entitlement is one of the worst it should be like one of the worst sins, period. I mean, it is a, entitlement drives bad behavior everywhere.
Does that bother you on a plane though?
Dude.
When you know that person is basically trying to make them more important than you because of either their title or the amount of money that they make.
Yeah.
That you're basically nothing.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I'm not going to do anything about it, but I'm definitely not going to contribute to it. You know what I mean? Like they can if they're going to come with that attitude towards me, like you're not going to be received well, and you're probably not going to get the best service in the world. Like I don't ever get that. Like, why do you want to act with that behavior to the person that's serving you? Right? Like, I don't care if it's a flight attendant or a person in a restaurant or like all these people that are doing service jobs out there, and you're going to come at them with this very entitled. You should be more appreciative. Like, you should be more like thankful that these people are serving you. They're doing you a service. Don't treat them as they're beneath you. They're serving you because this is the life that they wanted to do. Like,
we went out to eat Mexican food the other night. Two things about that. First of all, before I get into, I'm going to bring that full circle on this one, but okay, real quick with the Mexican food, I have to say this too. When you go to eat Mexican, do you ever feel like any of the food is actually cooked? It's not just warmed up, thrown in a damn oven.
No.
Okay, heated up. Because they got like
places I go there. I've never felt that way.
Oh, see, I always think that they just rewarm. So they got
Where are you eating at?
They got 90 different things.
Where are you eating at? Oh yeah, with the menu.
Yes,
I get what you're saying. Yes, like there's Mexican menus that they do have like 100 things, different dishes on it.
I'm not talking a chef. I'm not talking a Mexican chef.
Right,
Shawn.
like they're like how
Mexican
is this
restaurant?
How is this like? How are they be able to put together all these different dishes 90 different dishes.
Right.
In like, boom, how's that possible?
Anyway, the food wasn't that good. But the point was, going back to this girl was a waitress there, and she was a young girl. Now, in this particular restaurant, they've always used the men for waiters. They very, very few women that they had. Well, the young girl was our waitress. Phenomenal, unbelievable. She was so nice. Absolutely. She was there every second. Drinks were filled. Came back. There was a problem with my meal, and because it wasn't good. I mean, she didn't even think about it. She took it right off the bill. Came back, and what's amazing? Going back to this, it's not about your job. It's not about how much money you make. And I told her, I said, do you get the tips or is it divided? And she goes, oh, I get them. I said, okay, because the reason why I'm giving you the tip is because of the way that you are, the type of person that you are. And she's a waitress now. God knows what she's going to be in her future. But let me tell you, that type of person, they're amazing.
Yeah.
Okay. And I can't stand when a person, just because of what you do, that you think that you're better than somebody else just because of your job, because you're around a lot of people that have a lot of money.
Yeah.
Okay. And the cool thing is that you get these other people that they have all this money and they never act like it. They don't act like that.
No, dude, I got some super cool friends that are like loaded.
Right.
They're loaded.
I know they are.
They don't worry about money.
Yeah.
Like it just comes to them, but they don't act that way.
But these people don't even have that kind of
normal Joes.
They don't even have that kind of money, and then all of a sudden it's almost like they're more important than you or me in their job title, and trying to make another person feel smaller is absolutely ridiculous. And then you try to make them feel like they're less of a person because they're doing a job that doesn't make as much money as you. It's just
what people that are like that, they're insecure, first of all, because they're trying to project a status that they don't, whether they have it or not. I can give a shit. But as I say, like a lot of my friends and stuff, we were just talking about this with another buddy of mine, and he was asking me, like, how do you deal with all those famous people? Because he was like, we were, Hulk Hogan passed away the other day, and I met him the year before and all that stuff. They're like, how, what's that like? And I look at him, I'm like, what do you mean, what's that like? I'm like, they're humans. Like they put on pants just the same way I do. They probably shit and fart just the way I do. Like,
and most of them are really cool.
Like they're all laid back. If you just act like they're normal people, they treat you like they're normal people. That's what they're looking for. The problem is that our society has like made them into these like demigods and stuff like that. That you just can't like that. You think that there's this type of certain behavior or projection that's being put on them, and they don't want that. That's why so many of them like are trying to hide from the paparazzi and all that nonsense. It's like they just want to live their life normal, like be a normal person. It's amazing when you get one of them in the galley and you start talking. Yeah, they're chill. They're normal. Man, I was like, they're just like anybody else. Like I had Usher up in the galley one time. Me and him were just rapping about it. I'm like, how's it like being like this whole thing? What do you think? Like we were just talking about everything. He was just chill, normal guy. Tell me about his family, and I was like, that's what this is what people are supposed to be doing. We're supposed to be connecting and bonding, and and enhancing each other's lives. We shouldn't be like looking at each other like there's some type of status symbol to it. It's so stupid. Just never let another person make you feel less because, like I said, you're not judged by the amount of money that you make or the title that you have. It's the type of person that you are. Right. That's it. So let's talk about this type of person. Yeah, this is the type of person I want to talk about because I know where we're going because you're ready to talk about a place that we frequent often on our layovers back in the day. Back in the day. We're talking about the famous Wheat and Rye in Michigan. Do you remember that place when we first went there? That was a little hole in the wall.
Do you remember it? I mean, it was a dump, little hole in the wall place. I mean, not a dump, but it was actually
it was a little bar that just made great sandwiches.
Huge.
But the sandwiches are like, when you say huge, it's unless you had the sandwich, you don't understand. Like, we're like, it wasn't a big sandwich. These things were like monstrosities. You could not. G and I could put away some food in early days, right?
Yeah.
I mean, we could knock some. We would eat. I mean, it was insane. We were just two young guys doing it. But I mean, wheat and rye, you get a sandwich, you can split that and still be like, why did I eat that much? Anyhow, the wheat and rye, man, is like just a phenomenal sandwich, and it's just gigantic. I've never seen a flight attendant where we're like, well, I'm going to eat this whole sandwich, because I mean, they stack a sandwich, and there's like, if you had like a roast beef sandwich, you'd have a pound and a half of meat.
You're taking half of it home.
Yeah, there's no way.
Did you ever see the tuna one?
I mean, it's so much food. Like, you're just like, are you for real? Like, you could have made 4 sandwiches out of this.
It's like tuna soup by the time you get. No, they're huge. I mean, and the bread was fresh cut bread too.
Yeah.
But you know what it reminded me of?
What's that?
Dude, come on. When we were young, you introduced me to the panini sandwich.
Ah, paninis. First of all, for those of you out there in the world that don't know what paninis is, it originated, and give you a little bit of sandwich history. In Pennsylvania, they had these sandwiches they started making in Pennsylvania, and I can't remember the first origin of this, where it was, but they made these sandwiches, and basically it was 2 slices of a French bread. Okay. They would take these and just hand slice French bread, and then make these sandwiches where they would make these deli sandwiches, and then they would take a giant handful of French fries and put it on top of the sandwich, and you'd have like coleslaw, cabbage, all this stuff with French fries, and then whatever type of meat you want on it. And it was just monster giant sandwich. And it was like, instead of just ordering a sandwich, a deli sandwich with some fries, it was all on the sandwich. And paninis was invented out of that here in the local area. And it's spread down. Paninis are actually spread a little bit all over the East Coast now, but they are fantastic sandwiches. But
you introed me that we were down the flats.
We were going out.
Yeah, but when we were younger, we used to hang out down in the flats, and we used to go bar hopping down there. And Shawn was like, "Oh, gee, you got to come and try this sandwich. You ever tried this sandwich?" I was like, "No." And
it was hangover food. Like, it was like we were drinking all night, and now we need to get some stuff, soak up some of that stuff.
At our age, it's cardiac food.
Yeah, and right now it is. And so you'd go down there, and like there would be a line there, and this guy it was like the soup Nazi on Seinfeld, man. It was like they were just like next, and the sandwiches were like $3.
Yeah, piled.
I mean, just big giant sandwich. I mean, it was so good.
What's the price of that sandwich today, Shawn?
Yeah, we just looked this up. It was It's $12.50 for that sandwich.
That same sandwich, probably not even as much.
Yeah,
that shit was stacked. I mean, we walked out of there, you were stuffed.
It is. Every now and then I'll hit paninis, because we have a few paninis. They turn them into restaurants and bars and all this stuff. They're big time now. Like they're a big establishment, kind of like a Hooters or BW3 or whatever. They're that size now. But it started off as just literally the guy rented a space, and he had a flag, like a Blackstone grill going, and just was like, boom.
Crazy. It was crazy. So damn good. But listen, those 2 places, let me tell you, Michigan, wheat and rye, if you're in that area and you see that restaurant, jump in there, try one of their sandwiches. They are super good. And definitely try a paninis.
Yep.
A panini sandwich, off the chain, man. Really good. But okay, so had a question, because this was funny. I was watching on the plane the other day, and do you know something that we always see passengers wear we don't really think about? And I was thinking about this. It's kind of funny.
What's that?
Neck pillows.
Neck.
I know you right. You wouldn't think, right? A neck pillow.
Neck pillows on the plane have turned into this whole scientific experiment. Have you seen all the different styles that they have? And we're not just talking about wrap around the neck.
Right.
Have
You
you
got
seen
the ones in the front where you're putting your face in those things.
Now they got the ones where they're like a mask, okay, and then it hooks to your back of your chair, so you don't do the head nod thing. They got the one. Have you seen the one where you look like that little green Martian from Flintstones? What's the guy's name? Q.
Q. Yeah.
Yeah, Q. Your head looks the size of the Q. It's a bubble thing that you put all the way over your whole entire head. You look like an alien,
and you got that little face.
Yeah. And there's just
so
like
you got
a
place to breathe.
Little thing with your mouth, so you can see the nose and the mouth, but you can't see anything else, and it just looks like this big alien head on the thing.
We should have put like little alien antennas off the top of it.
I saw just the other day. I saw the one where they blow it up, and they put it on the tray table in front of them. And they could lean into it and just like lean over onto it, and they put their face bedded into it. I was like, dude, there's all these weird ass neck pillow things.
Yeah, but you see all these, they're hooked on bags, or they're going around their neck.
Yeah.
But then you watch them when they sleep. Okay, so they always put when they do it, they put the button in the front. You ever see their heads?
No.
Their heads just fall straight forward.
Yeah.
It's not doing a damn thing.
Nope.
It's not doing one thing. I'm sitting there looking at these people laughing, going, "Okay, you bought bought that head pillow, and it doesn't work."
Well, the new one that I said that attaches to the seat headrest, that one to me was like, I saw somebody the other day that had it, and she had it hooked to the back of her seat, and it came over like it kind of had a cushion in the back of your head, but it also had like the sleep blinders on it too. So like it didn't matter what direction your head fell in, whatever, it wasn't like going to make you do those nods and stuff like that. So that one I was like, that makes a little bit of sense because it feels like you're leaning. It doesn't matter which way you go, you'd be able to feel like you're leaning and you're catching something, without having something there you like to be able to lean on. So that one made a little bit of sense. The alien thing, I don't know what the fuck they're thinking. The little neck thing, like those things suck. I mean, a kid coming on the plane the other day, he's like, Dad, I learned that this neck pillow, you're not supposed to snap it in front. You're supposed to snap it in back. You're supposed to put it under your chin.
Exactly.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, this is cool that the kid is like educating, because you never see anybody put it under their chin. Right.
That was my point.
I know.
I mean, the whole point of it is when we see them have it on, the big part is in the back and the little part's in the front. And you see their neck just droop forward. Turn the damn thing around.
Yeah, their thought process is this is a pillow, like I'm laying down on a pillow type of thing. That's their thought process. They don't understand that it's supposed to keep you from doing the head nods forward.
Right. Keep your head back.
Yeah. Keep your head back and up, so that way you're not like doing that nod. I hate the nods.
You're breathing a little easier.
Dude, right? To wake up and you get that body jerk. Whoa.
Yes, shit coming out of your mouth.
Yeah. I'm a drooler, so I've always been a drooler my whole damn life, dude. I was a kid in school, like sleeping on the desk, get up from the desk, and there's a pool of drool on the thing, and all the kids are laughing. And I'm like, yeah, that's fucking me. I can't help that shit. As I wipe it up with my sleeve. Right?
Some rabid dog.
Yeah. Oh, did somebody see that?
Yeah.
Did somebody see that shit?
Big spaghetti thing hanging up.
I hope nobody saw me.
Oh my God, you're killing me.
That was the shit, man. That's what happened, man. It still happens.
All right. Here's one that just happened the other day too. This is kind of funny. Battle of the overhead bins.
Please.
Battle of the bins. This happens all the time.
Get it.
Happens all the time.
I know.
When they come on board, when the passengers come on board, you guys realize this. Nobody owns an overhead bin.
No.
Nobody.
Doesn't matter where you're sitting, the bins are all community. Just put it up there wherever you find space.
But just realize this: if you're sitting all the way in the back and you put that bag towards the front of the aircraft, and you come up there and it's gone, that's on you.
Yeah.
Because if you put it out of the view of yourself, how many black suitcases do you think are on that aircraft?
But that's the concern. Like that's also the concern of everybody like that's on the plane. They're like, I want it next to me because I want to watch my bag. And we get that, right? We get that. But there isn't any freaking law that says that has to be, your bag has to be right there. You can have it a few bins away and just note and be able to have it in visual thing. But when you're in the very back of the plane and you put it on the front of the plane and you can't see it, or it is in visual range, that's on you, dude.
I know you get two different sides of this with the people, because you get the people that they throw it in the first class and then they walk all the way to the back of the aircraft and they come up there and bitching that their bag's gone, or they go to the back and there's no spot.
Yeah, man.
Right.
This is our life.
Nobody owns the bins.
Bag shit all the time. It's tiring. Like, and then we close the bins and they got to open the bins.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Especially when you tell them that they're full.
Yeah.
They love that. Don't open the bin because they're full.
They're full.
And the first thing they do is open them.
Those bins they're not light.
Nope.
They're not light. That's the thing, is that, like the new bins on the newer generation aircraft, we could put like 5-6 bags in there. 5-6 roller bags is getting heavy to be pushing things up and stuff. And for some of these gals, I mean, unlike you and I, like, we can pop them up, but they get heavy, man. People bring a lot of heavy shit in their bags,
and they want you to pick it up.
Yeah, I had this lady just a couple days ago, and she was of another foreign culture.
That's a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, and she could not understand. Like this guy got up and he out of his seat and he's like, "Here, can I help you?" And she's like, "Thank you so much. No one does this for people anymore. No one will help people." And I'm like, I'm just standing there listening, and I know that she's like kind of like throwing this at me, like, why aren't you helping me, asshole? You work here. I need help. I need lifting my bag in the bin, but people don't get that. Like, people don't get why the companies don't like. That's a super big liability in the airline industry. Flight attendants don't lift bags, and the reason why is because if you want to get from point A to point B, you don't want us to get injured. If I pick up that heavy ass bag that you got all your freaking bricks or whatever the fuck it is. That is,
got some heavy ass shit.
I mean, some of those bags are like 70, 80 pounds, man. It's like, I'm like, whatever it is that grandma has no business bringing it on the plane. In my thinking, there should be a rule where it's like, if you can't lift the bag over your head, don't bring it in the plane.
But some of those bags, even like the Toomies, are heavy with nothing in them.
Yeah, they're just
so
heavy
then you
bags.
add their shit, and I mean, it's
one
crazy.
Time lifting it over, you pinch a nerve or do something or whatever it does, and you get jacked up, and then all of a sudden the flight attendant's down, and boom, guess what? You're not going on vacation.
Nope.
Yeah, airlines just cancel that shit. Oh, we're down a body. We don't got another body to replace it. Grandma with their bag and freaking 83A. She just fucked all you. But anyways, but it's hard. Like, I didn't even go there with her. Like, I just let her like roll with it. And, the dude helped her out, which I was happy that, people should be helping people out. We should have like a sign, I think, in the airline industry when you come on a plane, like, today we're requiring everybody on board to do one good deed for one person on a plane. Like, pay it forward a little bit, they take care of each other.
I let you in my row.
Yeah. I mean, I had to check this dude the other day too, man. He was like, there's a family. We're on a 4-hour flight to LA and they got a baby. We got seats open and stuff. And so I'm looking on the map to like, maybe there's a person in that row. I can move them over to another row. So there was a person on the aisle, whatever, or they were actually they had picked A and B trying to take the gamble, right? Trying to get the middle seat open. And I already knew what was going on. And so somebody was sitting in the middle seat. So I was like, somebody's sitting there. So the person comes and I'm like, hey, they had moved him to the aisle. And I said, hey, why don't you move you up to this aisle? Her husband was right across the aisle sitting in the middle seat. They were husband and wife. They were both in middle seats because they must have got their tickets late or whatever. And he's like, no. She can go sit over here at the window. And I was like, I was like, no, I said, that's not going to work because I got to, I got an aisle up here. And he's like, no, but I'd rather have her here. I turned around, dude, and I just looked at him and I said, are you going to let me do my job? I said, because I've been doing this for a minute and I got this. I said, so you stay there, you do you right now, and let me take care of this. But if he just came at me like the wrong way and I got irritated, I was like, your wife, this bitch is going to be sitting in fucking up front soon. Or off the aircraft in the lobby. I'm just dying with and the person next to him was like, good job.
It's 1%ers. I mean, we make it sound like this a lot, but it's like 1% that you run into this. I mean, and they're just stupid thing. Like the person that asked me to make the baby be quiet.
Right.
What?
Right. Baby be quiet. As if we got the control.
Let me see what I'm going to do with this one.
Yeah.
Go grab a pillow. What do you want me to do?
Yeah. Can you do something about that baby?
It's a baby. That's got to be the dumbest question, dumbest statement that anyone ever wants to make to a flight attendant. Can you tell that baby to be quiet?
As if we got control to do something with it. Like, honestly. Yeah, here, I'll crack the door in the back and toss it out.
And then they wonder why they get a stupid look from you.
Well, you only get stupid looks when you make stupid statements, right?
That happens all the time. Dumb.
Copy that.
Hardest thing about flight attendant's job, what do you think it is?
Dude.
One of the hardest things.
One of the hardest things is, I don't even know where you're going. Where are you going?
Eating. You said sleeping they find it difficult. Eating is one of the toughest things about our job. We don't get the time. Let's say eating correctly. Because we don't. A lot of flight attendants eat like shit.
That's my biggest struggle these days is actually the eating part of the job because, first of all, I mean, the company gives us crew meals on certain flights and, the certain situations, whatever. But honestly, I mean, as long as we've been doing it, the food's shit. Like
sodium is sodium.
You can't eat that every day, man. Like it's not good for you. And so we're always trying to bring our own somewhat healthy foods, eat some fruits and vegetables and stuff like that. But here's the thing, we're pulling these turns, LA turns, you got to bring your all day food. And that's where it gets tough. It's okay, what am I bringing for all day?
But how about these reserves that go on 4-day trips and they can't eat for 4 days.
They can't bring that. You bring snacks with you or bring stuff that you can sustain for a little while.
They're surviving off airplane food.
Yeah, your airport
and that's a bucket of suck right there.
Yeah, airplane and airport food. I mean, the airport food, I got to say, is getting somewhat better, but it's just so expensive and you're not making enough money to do it. So do it right.
Airplane food is two things: is sodium and butter. You pick, right? It's either sodium or butter. And
pretty much.
That's I think one of the hardest things in our job is actually the ability to eat correctly.
Try to keep a decent diet.
All right. How about the misconception of flight attendants? A couple of them. What do you think?
Well, I think the big number one thing is that everybody's like, oh, this is a glamorous job. That's the biggest misconception to me. But there's so many misconceptions out there. It's hard to put your finger on what's the biggest one.
It's not like we live Pan Am.
No.
Right?
Yeah, dude.
Come fly with me.
Yeah, it's not like we're laying over in each destination. We're on all-inclusive hotels and we've got 24 hours, 48 hours here. That's not happening, dude.
Nope.
I love it. My number one thing is that people that don't know about the industry, they're always so when you get to these destinations, do you get to have some time there? How much time do you get to have? Do you get off the plane and go there? I'm doing a turn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that turn can go to hell like mine did the other day.
Yeah, I don't even know what the weather is like there because I don't get off the plane. A lot of times it's I'm in that tube all day long. What's happening on the outside of the tube, I don't know because we're not looking out the windows. I'm not on a flight just looking at scenery. Right?
No.
It's we have no idea what's happening. If the outside environment isn't shaking my ass in the plane, I don't know what's happening. Right?
See, I say this all the time. You know, when people think that we get paid for the peanuts and pretzels and that's what we do, our service. That's a small part of what we do. It's trained for safety and security and some other things. But this is what I really think that our pay, and that's another thing, as how we're paid. We'll talk about that in a minute.
Yeah, people don't get how
we get paid.
Yeah, all that it's.
But let me finish this one first. I think honestly, the flight attendants, it's your risk factor because there's a risk factor in what we do every single day. We're in a tube at 35,000 feet every day, and we repeat it. And that tube is 2 wings filled with fuel and 2 big engines on each side of it. And if something happens and something goes wrong, good chance we ain't coming home.
Sure.
So, I mean, when you're looking at, why we get paid what we do is risk factor. Most people are scared to death to get on a plane one time, right? They get on a plane and they're scared to death to fly one time. They're looking at us to feel support. So let me tell you, even the toughest men, I've seen them scared shitless when we get into severe turbulence.
Dude.
Okay. Or they have a pressurization problem in their ears where they're just looking for someone to help them, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you've seen that brought to tears because of the pressure in their ears is so bad that their eardrums are going to blow, and we've seen that too.
Right.
So when you think why are flight attendants or how are flight attendants paid, there's a risk factor that goes with it.
Yep. To a certain extent, where you are like, that's being based on the value of what we're trying to do, right?
It is.
But every airline's paid different. That's the other big misconception about that subject is that we all, depending on what airline that you're working with, some go off of time, some goes off of flight miles, some so. How your day rolls out impacts how we're being paid. And so, it's a tricky ass. There's no literally we can talk for hours about how this pay.
Right.
And then at the end of it, you'd be like, what?
Yep.
Huh? How do you keep track of that?
I think it's a huge misconception with people though, because they think that, that you're paid for every little bitty thing right when you show up, that's not the way it works.
Let's go around the globe. Yeah, let's talk about that. Did you hear about that parent allegedly ditched their 10-year-old child at the airport?
Home Alone, a movie.
Yeah.
Well,
Kevin wasn't at the airport, at least.
Now, he was a real-life Kevin. This kid became actually the real-life Kevin. But did you read this? Did you see what they did? They forgot his. They forgot his I don't know his travel information,
like the passport or something.
I think it was. Right. Yeah, and then so they can't. They didn't get a refund on this, so we got to go.
We got to go. I got to get out of here. What am I going to do with my kid?
Kevin, don't worry about it. Aunt Susie's going to come here in 4 hours. Pick you up.
Just sit right here. We're going to get on a plane. Stay here, and Susie's going to get you. And we'll get him a call, and they'll be right here. Just be patient. Bye.
What the fuck? Are you kidding me?
Dude, man, I don't even
Could you imagine being on the flight, you look across there, and you're like, I wonder what Kevin's doing.
This is why, no such thing as common sense. They're people need licenses to have kids or something. I don't know, to be responsible for another human being.
I would love to see the aftermath of this one. It didn't have any of the information of what happened to the parents. I would like to see that.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to have seen them getting to their destination and being put in handcuffs. That's what I'd like to have seen.
And Susie goes, Kevin's not here. What an idiot.
They weren't shouting Kevin, they were literally I'm hoping he's okay. Maybe not. Maybe they weren't even thinking about that. They were probably drinking their Mai Tais, heading to their destination.
It's Kevin's fault. He forgot his passport.
Unbelievable. People are people. think, just use time to, take a pause and just think, is this right?
Now this next one, this would be a couple flight attendants would be retiring on this one.
What's that?
Flight from Burbank to Vegas. It descended at like 475 feet shortly after takeoff. It had a rapid descent because it had to avoid a possible mid-air collision. Now, you know something, there'll be a couple flight attendants to be retiring after that.
Dude, I'm going to tell you right now, like the more this goes on, like the DC incident and all these different, you see all these close calls and then you look at the statistics in the United States of like how often this happens, like the close calls. It's kind of scary, right?
Yeah, but it goes back to what I was saying, why we get paid, though. I mean, how we get paid. Because this is it right there is the risk factor. They don't understand planes take off, every 30 seconds, a lot of these airports?
Yeah.
I mean, they're taking off every 30 seconds. They're landing, taking off. And, this is going to happen. And, fortunately, it hasn't occurred that much, but
right.
it's a risk that happens. And 475 feet drop. Yeah, that would be a tough.
Well, this is the thing, man. Like, this whole thing with turbulence and seatbelts and incident like this, it always pisses me off. Like, I'm like, one part of me says this. One part of me says, every now and then on every flight, I wish the fucking plane would just drop like 20 feet, just to be like, check people. Like, because I'm like, people are so freaking smug and, I'm doing whatever I want to do. And it's like, what we're saying is like, just doesn't have any value. I think that's what the biggest irritation is. It has no value. And until they experience it, until they're actually on a plane or they've experienced that accident, it's kind of like a car accident. Like, until you're in that situation where, oh yeah, that seatbelt helped me, then they believe it. But until then, these stupid asses just never put the seatbelt on. And it's the simplest thing to keep it loose.
Now, when you get in a hotel van, you look for a seatbelt.
I do.
I know, me too.
Yeah.
That's one thing. A lot of our flight attendants, going to the hotels and they're going on the interstate and you're watching this van driver go in and out, man, and you don't have a seatbelt.
Well, here's the other thing.
I mean, that's as stupid as that, right? I mean, it's a stupid
It's
thing.
not stupid. The aspect of it is like this. It's like, I trust our pilots because they've gone through a lot of training and a lot of work to get to the position they are. They're like, they're not ignorant to the fact of, all the different safety aspects and what they've had to do to get to this point. Van driver, not so much. Right.
Especially
especially
early in the morning, his ass has not been asleep. You've been up all night.
Yeah. Rico, Juan, or Johnny, they're not like specially trained in this van driving stuff. I mean,
you ever been driving in the morning time and all of a sudden you see them like they're like half nodding off? You're like,
dude,
hey, man, wake up,
dude. The one thing that you will experience as a flight attendant is a scary ass van driver.
Right? It is, man.
It's not. There's not even. I mean, they will like you. I've been many vans where we're like, slow down,
wake up.
You got to slow down,
wake up.
Right, dude. Pay attention to the road. You're like, yeah, you're
following a little close behind that semi.
Yeah. We should be getting extra pay just for riding in the damn van sometimes, talking about pay. Anyways, yeah. And then this segues to the whole thing, like that whole incident that just happened with that airline, 25 people getting hospitalized for turbulence. I mean, that to me just blows my mind. Like, that was 25 people on that aircraft that didn't have their seatbelts on. And I guarantee you 90% of them knew better. Right?
Yeah.
Like, I mean, like, come on. It's one thing where you get a kid getting tossed in the air or something like that, or a baby or whatever. But when you have a grown adult and they're getting hurt and then they're upset and they're going to sue because of this whole thing happened, like, did you have your seatbelt on?
Simple thing.
It's so stupid.
Right.
Don't keep what I've seen with turbulence over my career and the amount like the flight attendants get hurt. And I've seen flight attendants in their entire career stop flying altogether. Turbulence done. I mean, it is violent. And I don't care how big and strong and you are and all that stuff. I mean, turbulence will throw you around like a rag doll.
Like a freaking rag doll, man.
You have zero control. You think I'm working, I'm a muscle bodybuilder, I'm going to they'll splat your ass on top of that ceiling in a second.
And if you ever see people, especially when you're going through this severe turbulence, the first thing they start doing is praying to God.
Yeah.
Because, they really do. They think it's the end. I mean, and that's the truth, too, because that's the way it is. It's super scary. Turbulence is crazy.
Yeah. The biggest annoyance for me for this thing is the families that are holding the baby that don't have their seatbelt on.
Right.
I'm like, the baby has no say.
Right.
Right. It's like, and the flight attendants are doing, we're their mouths and, like we're their spokesperson. Like, Mom, Dad, fasten your damn seatbelt when you're holding the kid. You're not going to be able to hold them in the first place if it happens. But at the same time, they at least have a chance. You know what I mean?
But make sure the seatbelt just goes around you and not you and the kid.
Right.
All right. So make sure that it just goes around you and you're holding on to the kid. Because you don't want the kid in the seatbelt in front of you because that seatbelt won't give and your weight's going to go right into that child and that child's going to go against that seatbelt and it's going to get hurt bad. So, again, seatbelt just around you.
Just around you, man.
Yep.
All right, man. This is a good show, man. Let's wrap up and talk about our quote. What's the quote?
When life gives you 100 reasons to break down and cry, show life that you have 1,000,000 reasons to smile and laugh. Stay strong.
Yes, sir. That is a good quote, man.
All right, guys. Hey, we had a great time this week. You guys have a great week, and we will see you next week on Cabin Pressure.
Yeah, man. Don't forget Cabin Pressure merch. cabinpressuremerch.shopify.com. We will see you next week.
Come get it.
Come get it.
See ya.
Thanks for flying with us today on Cabin Pressure with Shawn and G. If you laughed, learned, or just enjoyed hanging out, don't keep it to yourself. Tell a friend. Share the love and help us grow this crazy ride. Want to support the show and help us reach our goal of launching video by the end of the year? Check out our official merch at cabinpressuremerch.shopify.com. From teas to travel goodies, every purchase helps the cabin pressurize and banter flowing. Until next time, keep your seatbelt fastened, your tray tables up, and your sense of humor on standby. Bye.